select a rectangle and you can move it around, okay? But what we're gonna do here, wanna be super precise, we're gonna go on constraint. Is that right? Constraint. It's at no restriction right now. We're gonna go and select aspect ratio on the top left, and know your dimensions, guys, okay? If you do mobile games, a phone is 9:16, or if the game is like that, like Clash of Clans, it's gonna be 16:9, okay? If it's like Clash Royale, it's 9:16. Know that, remember that. Remember 16 and remember 9, okay? So we're gonna go Clash Royale style. So 9:16, that's our ratio. So now, when I'm gonna do a rectangle, even if I move, it's gonna stay 9:16, okay? So we're gonna click on top of the picture somewhere, anywhere, doesn't matter because we can move it. And we're gonna go full rectangle from top to bottom, okay? Now, my rectangle is 9:16. It's gonna be exactly what I need for my gameplay. So let's see, what I like to do is put it, well, my new overlay's got the gameplay in the middle, but one style that I really like is put the gameplay on one end and put the webcam, and you have a lot more room for the face cam. You'll get a lot of room for your text, like new subscriber and sub alerts and stuff. And if you're using loots.com, it takes a huge rectangle somewhere. You can put it top right, bottom right. And if you put your gameplay in the middle, the loots.com thing will probably interfere with your gameplay sometime. But let's say I want it like that, okay? I want the gameplay on the left, okay? So now what you're gonna do is edit and cut. See, boom. I just remove a part of my background image, but you still see the transparent thing on the back. So when you're gonna put your gameplay, you're gonna put your overlay on top. The transparent part will show the gameplay and you can move it. Alright, so that's the cut for the gameplay. Of course, what I like to do is have some borders, okay? I really like having some borders. I don't really want the borders to cover part of the gameplay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to no restriction, and I'm gonna select the marquee tool, and I'm gonna cut or select a rectangle a bit larger than my original rectangle, okay? So think about it. The thing that's gonna be bigger is gonna be your border. So I could go and cut again, edit, cut, okay? So now my rectangle is a bit larger than what I want from my gameplay. And I'm gonna go and use the paint bucket tool, and I'm gonna fill that rectangle with a color. One thing that can be nice is color picker tool, and select a color that is actually in your original image. So I could pick some green from the trees, like any green would do, would be nice. Could also pick some blue. Well, let's go green. I like green, one of my favorite colors. So let's go back to the color paint bucket tool and click on it. So now my whole rectangle is green. I'm gonna go back to that thing here, rectangle, and we're gonna go back to aspect 9:16. There you go. See, I'm not a pro, very simple, but I'm gonna go and cut again, 16:9 rectangle. I'm gonna move it so the borders are like, take your time, guys. Want it to be super cool. So my borders are pretty much even right now, so edit and cut, and there you go. So now I got a 9:16 rectangle for my gameplay, super sharp, and I got some nice green borders left and right of my gameplay. This is gonna look freaking amazing, okay? Now we're gonna go and get something for my face cam, and I like to have a big spot for my face cam. So again, rectangle, aspect ratio is no longer 9:16 now, it's 16:9, and that here for the face cam, it doesn't really matter if it's not exactly 9:16, because your face cam you can adjust and make it bigger behind the rectangle, but most of the time 9:16 is pretty much what you're looking for, okay? So again, if I move around, it's gonna stay 9:16. So I can have a big nice rectangle for my face cam. But now you gotta think, like, did you want something over, like, do you want your name on top of the face cam or